What's the most cringeworthy thing you ever did to impress a crush? When I was in 6th grade, my parents talked me into going to this week-long church camp. They sold it as a magical blend of Jesus, horseback riding, and wholesome summer fun. I didn't really know any of the kids going, but I was weird and hopeful, so I packed a bag. The ride there was 6 hours in one of those big white church vans. Almost immediately, everyone started pulling out CD cases and trading music. That's when I realized I was in trouble. All I had were 2 CDs, Britney Spears, Baby One More Time, and Everclear. That's it. Everyone else was throwing around band names I'd never even heard of. I panicked and did what any insecure middle schooler would do. I lied. Told them I had all that stuff too. Said I was mostly into underground music they probably hadn't heard of yet. Very exclusive. Very elite. When we finally got to camp, I figured I'd try to make friends fast before I got found out. At the pool, I ended up hanging with a group of older kids. 3 girls, 2 guys, all in 8th grade. They were cool. The girls were hot. And I was positive that if I played my cards right, I was walking out of this camp with my first kiss. I decided it was time to turn on the charm. And by charm, I mean I was saying anything vaguely funny, hoping it landed. We left the pool and planned to meet up later to walk around camp before the group check in. This was my chance. I went back to my cabin and changed into what I considered my most irresistible outfit. Fresh white t-shirt, neon blue jorts, knee high white socks, and the Piazzi's T. Ars Assistants, Doc Martens. It was 100 degrees in Texas, and I looked like a confused lumberjack at a boy band audition. They were visibly confused by the fit, but I pressed on. We started walking, and one of the older guys let out a fart. The girls laughed. Another guy did it again. They laughed harder. And I saw my window. I thought, this is it. This is how I win. I dropped the biggest fart of them all, and they'll be so impressed, they'll kiss me on the spot. So I start clenching like I'm trying to conjure dark magic, walking like a baby deer. Then I feel it, something big, but instead of casually letting it rip and laughing along, I sprinted to the front of the group, squatted dramatically, turned my head back over my shoulder, and violently shit myself. Full-on diarrhea. Early 90s denim is not absorbent. It ran down my leg and into my socks. Everyone knew. It was immediate. I panicked and ran, flinging shit off my heels like a lawn sprinkler. I didn't know where anything was, just sprinted until I found a bathroom. I threw away the socks, boxers, even the shirt. But I couldn't toss the jorts. I couldn't walk across a church camp naked. So I cleaned up best I could, threw them back on, and prayed maybe they didn't see it clearly. They saw. There were about 10 kids waiting outside the bathroom when I came out. The 5 from earlier, and then some. I tried to sprint back to the cabin like nothing happened, but some were already chanting shit pants. I walked into the cabin to find the music kids going through my CD case. Just Britney and Everclear. Where's all the secret music, bro? Wait, did you shit your pants? It was 4 hours into a week-long camp. I lost my dignity, my favorite pair of jorts, and any chance I had with those girls. I still have nightmares about it.